Well, hello everyone. Welcome to my man cave, and this is one of the systems I have down here. And what I'm featuring today is this dual 1229 German turntable. I just finished spending many hours tuning it up and getting it fully operational. When I got it, it was in less than ideal condition. Had the sticky grease problem. I had to strip down all the cams, all the gearing mechanisms underneath, and tore down the motor, cleaned up the idler tire, tuned up the queuing lever, a whole bunch of stuff, too numerous to list. Anyway, it's now fully operational. Everything is in great shape, with the exception of the dust cover needs a little bit of a polishing, which I'm going to do afterwards here. Dust cover's in great shape, and I never play my dust covers on the turntable. I always take them off, and I guess the previous owner had a little bit of a mishap and had a little crack on it. So what I used is an acrylic cement solvent to fix that crack, so it's now strong as ever. There's a little bit of you can see the crack there, obviously. Should polish out pretty good, but you'll still see a little bit of a line. You don't see it when it's actually sitting on the table, and I'm a big proponent of never ever having a dust cover on the turntable when you're playing it. As you can see, all of my turntables have removable dust covers. This is a custom made one I made for my Thorns here, and I have several others in the house. So anyway, I removed my dust covers for just for the simple reason I don't like to have a big acoustic sail sitting on the top of my turntable which adds to the noise of the table when you got loud music playing in your room. It'll just translate back down into your record player. So as you can see also on this, I'm handling this record poorly just because I'm doing it one-handed. I've got a German mat, platter mat here that's custom made by Fat Mats, and I ordered this in and basically designed it and ordered it, and it came in and it looks fabulous on it. And it's basically an homage to the heritage of this turntable, which of course is German, made in the early 70s, and it's considered to be the engineer's table. It's one of the most desirable duals out there. It's the 1229, and it now works and sounds fabulously. So I've got it hooked into a handmade tube amp that I built. This one came from China, but don't be fooled by from where it came from. It sounds great. I did quite a few mods to improve the sound on it. And so I've got that plugged into a phono preamp, into the tube integrated amp, and we'll listen to it on these lovely Sony APM 22ES speakers. So everything's working top notch. So other than the platter mat, I also put a new baseboard on it, which the original was just plastic, and the plastic actually just plastic feet that sat on the tabletop, and I can't imagine that made it sound all that great. Anyway, so I put basically a baseboard on it just to stiffen up the plinth, and then underneath I've got these custom conical feet inside of furniture cups, just basically to protect the cones from scratching up the furniture top. This is just an old beat up shelf I have anyway, but nevertheless that's how it comes now, and we'll just run it through its paces here. So we'll go on automatic mode first. I've got the sound turned up here. You can see the armature and the speed comes up real quick. Oh, I've got it on 10-inch record here. So we'll go stop. See, I've got it set on 10, so it thinks it's a 10-inch record. So we'll shut her down. So we know that works. We'll flip it over to 12-inch. And then we'll start her up again, and you can actually see the strobe when we start it up. Strobe goes in there, and it's spot on for speed. Right now I've got it at speed, the pitch control here. This is just a setting of your spindle, so you can play with the spindle and we can get the pitch right in the middle. It's just, those rubber tires, they wear a bit, so you have to do some adjustments over time. So I didn't really bother with that. As long as it's within the envelope and it's rock solid at speed, you're fine. But we can tune that up as well. So there you have it. So we'll play this. Stereo separation is just fabulous. Lots of detail. Cartridge on it is a new Ortofon replacement stylus for V5. It's in the it'll be in the ad anyway. I can't remember the model number, but it's a brand new cart that I had to buy a replacement from Fanstuhl in Switzerland. As they don't make these the styluses anymore, but it's made to the same exacting standard, I'm told. And of course, you can upgrade the cartridge easy enough. So we go and we'll operate the Q lever. We can move it over. And then we can drop the Q. I changed out all the damping material in the Q lever. And just to show you the stop works. And over it goes. And then it shuts it down. And you'll see what kind of good bearings these are, because this plotter will just sit there and roll and roll and rotate and rotate. So I've lubed up the bearings. So as you can see, it'll just spin and spin and spin, which is a good indication that the bearings are really, really healthy. And no noise. The idler tire was all prepped and made to be perfectly circular, and it bites onto the platter because it is an idler drive. And so you see that there's no slippage or anything. It just kicks in quite quickly, and then goes through its motions. So there you have it. A really, really good example of a dual 1229 turntable, dubbed the engineer's turntable, because these things were engineering marvels in their day, and actually even today, like, you take these things apart and they're just unbelievably complicated underneath. But when everything works together, they sound fabulous. So what you have is all new grease, all new lubrications, everything tuned up and sounding wonderful. And there you go. There's the head shell. We got about 2 grams poked in on this thing. Well within the parameters of the cartridge, and sound is fabulous. So thank you for watching.